welcome back to episode 40 of Retrospective Progression. I'm Aredawg, the creator hero, and yeah, we're back in this world again, as we are every 2 weeks. And I actually want to show off what I've done to my farms, so let's head off over there. So here we have my two farms that I have. We've got our wheat farm here. I've got everything all grown up. I did have to make this a 2 high because as these guys were spawning around, they were trampling my crops. So I didn't want to have that happen. I can't wait till crops can't be trampled anymore. But yeah, I have this all here for one particular reason. I wanted to do this first harvest with you guys. So we'll just do this and watch it flow. And then it all goes towards that center point. And there shouldn't be any that get stuck right there. We can see that it all goes down. And let's just go ahead and take a look down here. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's kind of cool. Now, of course, we're not set up for this process is still kind of got a everything's a single as opposed to it starts bunching together. So now we can actually watch it go down. And there we go. So now, yeah, as you can see here, each one of these is an individual entity, piece. It doesn't bunch up. So if I pick this all up, yeah, that is all of this picked up. That is a hefty amount of supplies here. Some wheat. So yeah, let's get working on putting this back together. And there we go. We can, I think, just do this. It might just be easier to put a door there. So this is where we kind of enter in, and then that's where we exit. I'll play around with that because I don't want to like walk over these and just like stumble across it. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, that is our first farm all done and our first harvest. So we've got quite a bit of wheat and quite a bit of seeds. As for our second farm, nice. And now we can pick all this stuff up and let it grow for the next level. So yeah, let's go ahead and put it in our barn. Let's use our barn for something here. So I did get some bone meal. I probably should be working on getting a mob farm because I'm going to get more bones. But yeah, we'll put some seeds in here. We'll put our wheat in here just so it's nice. And one thing that is nice now is I can shift click, but I can only shift click one stack. So if I try to do more than one stack, yeah, it doesn't work. But shift clicking is finally here. And so what I actually want to do here is I want to make some paper. We're going to make it at least this because my next thing to work on is a map. So if we're making a map, we need to have a compass. So let me make a couple compasses. And then we will show off how to make a map. I think it's just going to be this. Yep. And you know what? I think I'm just gonna put this in our hollow first. So let's go do this. Let's go do that. Let's make one of these as well. And we'll put that one over there. So that one's going to be our map that we're going to be putting in all our hollow bursts. See if we really see if that does anything. Let me go do that real quick. All right, and this is the map we're putting in here, and there it is. So let's go ahead and take a look at this map that we made. And as we can see, all right, yeah, this is our area here. It says map 1 on top right there. I think that one right there will say map 0 if we looked at it. But I'm gonna work on filling this out. I can't. Right now, there's no offhand, so I can't put it in the offhand. As you can tell, I have to have it in my main hand. That's some of that stuff down there. So I'm just gonna kind of walk around here and fill this in. And it looks like this map is actually gonna be pretty large. Ooh, that's going to make it interesting to try and do the Crowley challenge. I'll figure that out. I've been traveling a little bit around. That's our southern line right there. And yeah, this map is big. It's set on a big focus. I thought that the maps would be 128 by 128 like they normally are. Maybe I could see if I could contact Growly. I'll figure something out. But yeah, as you can see here, it's slowly filling in. I don't know if I could do a full map on its own. And with the colors that I have, like, it does look pretty good. So you got like, you've got the grass, you've got trees, you've got, looks like dirt, sand, cobblestone, water. Those all seem to be pretty normal, pretty standard. But I think also it centers around where you created the map. And I created the map over there. And thinking about the zoom on this, let's see. If we look at our F3, we are at 184, 380. Yeah, so the zoom on this is definitely more than double, maybe it's quadrupled. So this might be the max. Hang on. Oh, no, that's normal. So this could be like a fully maxed out map, which isn't a bad thing for the first initial map, but that is a lot of area to try and make into something that you want to have a design of. I was hoping that it would be smaller. Again, 128 by 128 is usually like the standard. But again, I'm playing beta like I'm thinking it's modern. You don't play that way. So, yeah. This will be interesting. Oh, man, this was quite a while to walk and get. Yeah. As you can kind of see here, we do have our wall situated here. I'll try and see if I can mark this. you can kind of see where the Dwarven Mountain is, like right where the cursor is, right there. That is the center of the map. That is where I literally took the map pull. So as you can see, I can only really show my pointer going towards the North Port right here, because anywhere else I go, like, doesn't show up. We do have our Growly Challenge Island, and as we can tell here, it doesn't actually take in the color. So for wool, we're looking at a gray. This kind of tells me we have a very limited palette that we can actually use if I was to create something with this, and we have a massive area that we would need to go in between, because yeah, I think I showed my coordinates up in this corner over here. That's like 600. So yeah, this is probably a 124, or no, 1024 by 1024, or 1024 by 1024 pixelized map. That's a big area. I don't think I can make something off of that. Yeah. And here I was thinking maps would be cool to have. I could start doing some map art. No, I can't. So yeah, but I mean, we do have like our starter base and our tower over there. The wizard's tower right there. Again, I'm going to see if I can circle those post production. Our home is kind of to the left of the cursor. And also we've got our central point where we have our main area for blocks and such, and then right next to it's a big quarry hole. South of that is the farm and barn, and again, there's that Growly Challenge area. And I kind of want to do a little bit of testing out there to see how big I can get some of this stuff to do some blocks and get it to show up on the map itself. So let's see if we could grab some netherrack. Wood might not be a bad idea either. So let's just grab some of this and just make it into a bunch of wood. In fact, let's just do that, because I actually want to make a door for my I showed it off earlier. Farm. Yeah. Jeez. Can't even speak sometimes. What else could I do? I mean, I could. Might not be a bad idea. Maybe. Let's see what these do. No. we're not gonna worry about that right now. So yeah, let's just go try some of the stuff out. So we've got a flat location here. It's not actually flat, but it shows flat here on this. So let's just try to do this and see if I'm actually in the right spot for that pixel to show up. So if we walk away from it, no, we're not. Not in the right place. So let's make it a little bit bigger. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. it. Make it this big. Okay, now if we walk away from that, netherrack does not even show up. Oh wait, no, it does. It's just okay. Gonna have to go somewhere else because I'm too close. Okay, so that netherrack, it does show up, but it's not like a deep red. It's kind of more of a stone color. So, yeah. Let's try putting some wood on top of that, see what that does. In fact, I'm gonna try this. We'll do a little bit like so. And maybe try something like that. Try to cover up as much of the netherrack as we can. Let's head out over this way. And nothing changes. Is there too much netherrack there? I don't know. Man. Maps are cool. But I need better things for maps. I need a better way of doing maps. Clean that area up, and as you can see on the map, it's a different color. It's that dirt color. So yeah. It's gonna be interesting Growly challenge to try and get done. Well, let's work on something else. So for the time being, we're just gonna lag. We're just gonna put this in here. We'll come back to that and see what we can come up with later. But for the next little bit, let's head over to the quarry because I did do a little work over there. We're heading back through the nether, and it does sound a little quieter ever since we got back off of Peaceful. It doesn't sound as crazy as it did before this version. So, it's kind of an interesting thing with this version. Like, is there not enough spawn gas, or is the gas cap like now a thing? You can only have a certain number? Because I mean, if that's the case, I probably might want to go explore down there at some point, but maybe want to wait a little bit. Also, I do want to test this in this version, see if explosions do happen. I think they might, so let's just kind of prepare ourselves by doing that now. Yep. I mean, this is a good way to mine out an area, so I might do that. Easy netherrack. Just have to be careful. You probably want to do something like put a block in front. Yeah. I think that's still kind of the same, except you get to keep the bed as opposed to in modern, which you don't get to keep the bed. So good to know. We will probably be making use of this at some point in the future, so that way we can dig out a big tunnel area for whatever I need to do here in the nether. Did the gas despawn? I am on normal mode, right? Yeah, I'm on normal mode. Interesting. Well, anyway, let's get back into the main area here, into the quarry. Let's just put this off to the side. because we're not going to worry about that. One thing that I wanted to show off here in the quarry, just a little design work here. I'm thinking of having this right here. I still need to design how I want this to look, but I'm using it out of cobblestone right now. Essentially, I want to have a person who can sit here. There's like a control lever system here that allows this to come up and come down. It's gonna be stuck in static, but for that, I think it's gonna be something good. And then have a glass front that kind of comes up all this way. I also did that over here as well. So we have these two here, and I added in some stairs down here. Yay. Secondly, I finally decided to dig this out a little bit more. So in that way it actually matches this one over here. And then also I did do a little ring around, so if I really need to get more stone, I know where I can dig and how far to go. Well, at least somewhat far down how to go, because I want that one over there to be the one that goes all the way to bedrock. I want this one to be one that goes mostly down, and this one is basically one that's just starting. So I kind of want to do a little bit of like, this is partially dug down into, but it's not all the way there. And if there's any caves underneath here on either one of these, obviously we're going to want to keep them in the available to use window. So it's just, let me go clean up my inventory for a moment. All right, inventory's all cleaned, and I actually want to show off a little bit of work that I have been doing here. There's two main projects that I did out here. First off, yeah, I only had that there, but now I have a lot more that I have kind of figured out here. I'm gonna try and figure out what I want to do for a wall here. This basically is a wall that, prevents people from like jumping into here, and I kind of want to have like some sort of like, if this is like an office building here, and this is like a foundry that we're gonna have, and then we have the mines here, I do want to have like another building that's like right here. Um, I'm not sure what I want to do for the building just yet. I need to figure out what kind of other stuff there is for this. But yeah, this is kind of what I want to do here at some point, because I feel like this is just a big empty spot that needs to be fixed. Focused on something. Probably something underneath here, because again, I think I just, yeah, if I look in here, there's probably, oh, there's a sheep in there. Trying to go for that sheep. uh, that's funny. Yeah, as I was actually kind of thinking about it a little bit more, I just mentioned that I wanted to put a building here. I think I came up with a great idea. I was going to originally have like off of the second floor a tunnel kind of come off of that and go towards the back and have a cafeteria there, but I think it might just be better to have a cafeteria over here. We'll kind of have the entrance over here, so that way we don't impact the rails. Obviously, we're going to want to have footpaths to here that basically bring us into the cafeteria itself. So, again, I literally just kind of took a little bit of time after the last clip and this one, and I'm like, cafeteria, that works. So yeah, the wall here is basically going to be a cafeteria blocker right here. The train will come in here, get the stuff, and then because I decided to put this as the residential area, we'll get into that a little bit. I wanted to have a little bit of a sound wall because this definitely is going to be loud. The foundry itself, like I'm calling it the foundry, but it's more like the ore crusher and stone crusher. It's just gonna be the raw materials, and then it's gonna be sailed into the Dwarven Mountain to actually be, correctly made. But because this is going to be kind of noisy, you definitely want to have a sound wall between here and the actual residential area. So I kind of made this little basic path for the fences here. It is getting a little close to some of these houses, and we'll kind of come to that in a little bit here. But it's enough that I think it should at least show that okay, there's not going to be a whole lot of sound. I did do a little bit of planning out of I want to have another kind of industrial type building here. Like this is the office building for the people who work at the shipyard. And then, of course, this is going to be the actual little town that people live in. So I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 houses here. We've got a little fountain here. Again, this is mostly going to be a walking path. And each entranceway goes right into like the what's the word I'm looking for? Into the living room here. There's like this is a kitchen to a bedroom, and then this one is just a little bathroom, and then this is another bedroom right here. Just kind of making each of these look good, but now I have to kind of figure out how I want the elevation for these because as you can see with this side and this side, like the elevation's a little off. This one's probably the lowest one. And then of course I just put in a fountain idea for this right here, just because I thought it would be kind of neat. That's kind of what I've got here. And if we go over this way, you can see that I did do a little bit up here. If I can get a little closer to it, that is. And this is going to be the train platform for the town. So I'm going to have this is going to basically be the platform. I am going to have like maybe a slabs that are going to come across here, maybe upside down stairs when I get them. So in that way, it's not going to just be like this, and then the train comes by and people can like get onto get off the platform and onto the train if they need to move stuff on and off of it. And then this will be like a general area to house some things before it goes to a big warehouse. I might put that big warehouse right here now that I'm thinking about it. And then over here, obviously, have some other stuff. I might even have some other um, residential homes around here because I think that would be good. I might even dig them into the walls here because I think just having them externally like that isn't a bad idea, but I got to make use of this terrain. So that's what I've got planned for this area. I think next episode, I do want to start building some of those houses, at least getting the designs for them done. The last thing that I did out over here, I mean, besides making that guardrail over there for the train, yeah, you can see in the distance, I flattened that entire area. I said I wanted to flatten out. So now I've got a nice straight shot going from here all the way into there. And if I did a map correctly, I'm pretty sure I could have this go from just about here all the way to where the Dwarven Mountain would be. And that would be like showing how this would look. So I think this looks good. So I still have some plans on how I want to have the docks here look. I have an idea of sorry about the hiccups. Have an idea of like like what's the word I'm looking, like trailers like parked right here. I need to have like loadings and unloading locations here because again, the train will be unloading supplies and loading supplies into it, and having them kind of set over there might be a good idea, might not. I'm still playing around with it, trying to figure out, but maybe having like a bunch of trailers over here that can be picked up and moved onto boats, and then those boats will go over there like they're large cargo trailers. So that's kind of the idea that I have here. I kind of feel like I also want to build a boat at some point. So I may, if I don't build a house next episode, I'm going to build a boat. Or maybe I'll do both. Those are my plans for the quarry right here. Again, getting the village area kind of set up a little bit more, making a bit more kind of a modern feel to it. Different places where people can rest and sleep. Yeah, just kind of getting a different feel for each house, each personality, each person, and kind of start to put some lore into this place. It's more telling than showing, which I know is kind of a little frustrating. I would love to do more, but having not the ability to like have a third party like reviewing me as I'm going through and building, like my time lapses have to be in first person, and I can only get this set up, so I can't even get like my face to like talk with you guys. So that'll come back the further we progress into this, and again, there'll be mods that I can put in, change things around, make things look better, um, getting shaders, getting new texture packs. I wonder, should I? No, let's worry about that next time. But this is progressing. This is working on being worked on, and yeah, I want to try and do one of these houses with you guys in the next episode. But I, as many of you know, I live in America, or maybe you don't know, I do live in America. So we are coming up to the holiday weeks. I'm gonna be taking a break from my every 2 week schedule. So my next episode won't be in 2 weeks; it'll be in 4 weeks. But I have a lot of plans for that. Again, I want to get this house built up. I probably won't do an hour-long episode like I did last time I had this kind of lengthened period of time. But I definitely want to get that set up. And yeah, that just kind of want to let you guys be aware that I'm going to be out for the next 2 weeks. So, with that said, I do want to say thanks for coming along with episode 40 of Retrospective Progression. If you like the video, give it a like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. And I'll see you next time. Later.